Hello everyone, welcome to Jupiter in the 9th house of your chart. This video is good for you if Jupiter is placed 9 houses away from your ascending sign. Also good for a Western chart. Make sure you have equal house or sign for a house system. If you're new to my channel, don't forget to sub below. Let's begin. Firstly, what is the 9th house in your chart? The 9th house is a house of foreign lands and people from foreign lands who come into your experience to give you the wisdom of their different cultures. It's also about higher education and learning, university level, and very much about religious systems, philosophy, all the beliefs that are coming down through guru and teachers represented by this house. It also represents your father as a guru and learned teacher to you. Indeed, it represents everybody who is a mentor and guides you in your life. And who is Jupiter? Jupiter is a pure sattvic spiritual being who is the most munificent and benefic planet. He is here to give us the wisdom that will help us escape from Maya and illusion in this world. He represents on a mundane level your children, your wealth, your education, foreign lands, husband in a female chart, and elder brother. So what happens when Guru or Jupiter is in the 9th house of the chart? First of all, it's a happy place for Jupiter to be. He feels secure and powerful here because this house is his natural house. But in the Vedic system, we understand that actually Jupiter is like a lamp, and therefore where he sits is not so brightly lit as the houses he aspects. Therefore, in your case, he is lighting up so brightly your first house of self and your projection of self into the world. Your 3rd house of siblings, particularly younger siblings, travel and skill base, and your 5th house of children and creativity. The first factor with Jupiter in the 9th house, though, is that your wisdom, your understanding, your intelligence is very high. This is definitely coming from past life because Jupiter is actually aspecting the house of past life good karmas. This is wisdom which you have had before. You are rediscovering a whole philosophical belief system. That's why it sticks with you like glue. That's why when you find what you believe in this life, you feel it deeply and you are moved by it in every area of your life. It becomes your identity. Why? Because Jupiter aspects your 1st house of self. But this philosophy, this wisdom is not something you want to keep to yourself. The 9th house aspecting the 1st house shows that you want to put this wisdom out into the world. You want to talk about your philosophy, your belief system, your religion with others. You can become a preacher, a teacher, a guru yourself even in some way. This can be seen. If there is affliction to Jupiter here, though, you can become a little bit fixated on your point of view. It's very difficult for you to move away from anything which you have accepted as truth. So this can actually sometimes even bring you into conflict with other people, particularly teachers, mentors, etc. But that would only happen under affliction. Normally, though, Jupiter 9th gives excellent relationship with teachers and gurus, particularly with your father. Your father becomes an inspiration to you. You feel a strong philosophical connection to your father's religion and to your father's line. If there is affliction, though, there can even be separation occasionally shown from your father, which may involve foreign lands. Also, father himself may be coming from foreign land. That can sometimes be seen. You yourself, however, are completely inspired by foreign cultures and foreign lands. You feel a real impetus to travel, to explore new vistas throughout your life. You can gain financially from foreign concerns and from people from different cultures, most certainly. In female charts, sometimes husband is met on foreign travel or is himself coming from foreign land. But again, so much else to be seen, including 7th house and rulership. Let's consider now Jupiter's all-important aspects to the other houses in your chart. Jupiter's powerful 5th aspect is on your 1st house. It's going to make you an optimist, a forward-looking person who is actually quite popular. Jupiter expands your ability to connect with other people. Jupiter brings people into one's life. As I say, people from foreign cultures very often. But you yourself are very attractive to other people. People find you an interesting and vibrant personality, and this can actually make you popular. You've got to watch your health. There can be overindulgence, particularly sweet foods. But on the whole, Jupiter protects your health by this aspect to your first house. So no matter what health issues you may have, by many other factors in your chart, Jupiter normally brings you out of them, often because you get good advice and guidance. Now, Jupiter's seventh aspect to the third house is perhaps the most difficult aspect here. Jupiter is going to give you communication skills, a vibrant personality, but under affliction, there can even be communication difficulties, speech defects, etc. I've actually seen this. Jupiter to the third house, though, makes you love to travel, love to be on the move. It makes you restless. You've always got itchy feet. Sometimes this can affect home life, particularly early home life may be impacted by moving and different home environments. That can also be seen. Sometimes also Jupiter aspecting this third house can give you an impulsive nature where you make sudden changes in your life without thinking them through, and that's a factor that you need to consider. Finally, Jupiter's ninth aspect on the fifth house. This gives you such good fortune in life because it's your past good karmas coming to save you at the last moment. Jupiter has your back, and by dint of these good karmas, you are saved from many desperate situations. You're very close to your children. You love young people, children. You love to be around them, and actually they can actually bring you fortune as well. Certainly, sometimes a large family is shown or male children, but again, you can only confirm by the ruler of the fifth. Certainly, though, you are definitely overindulgent towards your children. You don't always see what's going on with them clearly because you are always looking for the best. But you are generally a great parent, and you are certainly giving your children a strong philosophical system to follow. Jupiter can sometimes by this aspect give you luck in speculation, but again you have to look to the Lord of the fifth house to see how that will go. And finally, your love of learning is so acute, it never stops. You are learning right until the end of your life, and no matter what breaks happen in your education, you always pick up and make a success of it in the end. Up on your screen now, Jupiter karma is in all signs. Check that out to supplement this understanding. If you're new to my channel, sub below. Goodbye for now, and God bless you all.